super, super excited to tell you about two conversations that I have had in the last 24 hours that have given me so much life, so much inspiration, have been giving me so much hope, have empowered me so much. My thoughts are all over the place. I work to be as efficient as possible and organized as possible in my thinking. So when I deliver this to you, you can make sense of it. So I'm talking to this good brother. We had an amazing, amazing, amazing conversation. And most of these conversations that I have these days always start with, how are you doing? How's your family doing? I say, you know what, man, my family's good. I said, I'm good. And I said, you know what's crazy? Everybody in my circle is good. I don't know anybody who's been affected physically by this virus, right? Now, maybe some people have taken some financial hits, but in terms of physical health, right, and wellness, everybody that I know of is good. And so we continue having a conversation, and our conversation went into this direction of the faith realm and the reality realm. And he says so many people function exclusively or live exclusively in the reality realm that when equation doesn't work, they panic, they lose their mind, they perform out of pocket, they behave out of pocket, right? It's like when equation doesn't work, so 1 + 1 is 2, right? So what that means is I'm sick, I go get medicine, I get better. But when that equation doesn't work, when 1 + 1 is 2, when the equation doesn't work, most people, they lose their mind. They lose it, right? And so he says you can't live exclusively in the faith realm, because then sometimes you can get reckless. And there might be somebody out there who's saying, listen, my God is so powerful, this, that, and the third. I'm going to hug anybody I want. I'm going to shake hands. I'm going to bump fists. I'm going to just be around any and everybody that I want. Well, first of all, you might get yourself harmed. You know, somebody might tune you up, number one. But number two, you just might get sick. You might put yourself in danger. You might put your family in danger. So you can't be reckless with your faith. So what you got to do is you got to operate in both. But understand, as you operate in both, the percentages might fluctuate. You might be 80-20, you might be 50-50, you might be 70-30. You dig what I'm saying? So you have to operate in both realms. You have to operate in the realm of reality and realize that equation is real, right? Equation is real. And you have to honor all of the advice that we've been given that will lead us to being healthier and overcoming this crazy time. But at the same time, when the equation isn't adding up, you need a more powerful element, right, to help you power through the tough time. And that's where faith comes in. Sometimes you got to believe in something that you cannot see, but believes that it has absolute power over something that you can see, that is causing setback, that is a symbol of resistance. Sometimes you have to believe in something that you cannot see and believe that it is strong enough to overcome the thing that you can see that is causing you discomfort. So he was saying in the conversation, he says, man, there are so many people who believe in God. There are so many people who claim to be connected, right? That as soon as this type of moment takes place, people, they lose it. It's like, this is the moment for you to showcase how strong your God is. This is the moment for you to showcase how strong your faith is. And the reality is, a lot of us don't know how strong our faith is because we're not practicing, we're not working on it, we're not exercising it day to day. So the second that it hits, we don't even know how to activate it, right? And so we realize that a lot of people don't know how strong their faith is until they have to live off faith, until they have to survive off faith, until they have to survive or thrive exclusively off faith. So this is a watershed moment for a lot of us believers and people who are Christians and people who claim to be connected to God. This is a watershed moment for you to now show how powerful your God is through the grace, through the optimism, through the hope, right? You're still operating in the reality realm. You can still tell people over there that something's wrong over there. But then you could also, in that same breath, also let people know, but the breakthrough is on the way. Furthermore, we pray to get rid of the anxiety, the stress, the worry. Those things can't exist at the same time. Your faith and your stress and being worried, they can't exist. Because if you're stressed and you're worried, you pray to get rid of the stress and being anxious and the worry, right? So We got to have a conversation with ourselves that if I'm praying but I still feel worried, then maybe you're not connected, maybe you're not praying hard enough, or maybe you got to have a by yourself moment, or talk with your God, or talk to yourself and kind of figure some things out, because some things ain't adding up. If you praying but you still feel worried, if you praying you still feel overwhelmed, if you praying and you still feel distraught, if you praying you still feel anxious and paranoid, and you need to have a conversation with yourself and your God. Second conversation I had, very, very simple. The conversation went like this. Whenever life gets busy and we're not taking care of ourselves, the first thing that we say is, if I had more time, I'd invest in myself. I'd read more. I'd exercise more. I would talk to my family more. I go visit my family more. I make more phone calls to my friends, and so on and so forth. This has not been too many times in society where society has shut down and put us in a position where we can do that. Now listen, I got a ball player who's a nurse. I got an ex-ball player who's a nurse, and he's this conversation ain't for him. He on constant go mode. But for some of us, even though we're working remotely from home, we have some opportunities now to invest in ourselves. Here's the moment. I don't know how many people say, man, if I had more time, I get another job. Man, if I had more time, I make some more money. Man, if I had more time, I find a way to monetize this, that, and the third. No, we don't usually say that. We say if we had more time, then we talk about how we would invest in ourselves, how we would invest in our family, how we would connect to the things in our lives that are most important. Here it is. So for me personally, I've been using this moment to restore relationships with myself, to restore relationships with my family, and relationships with my God. And honestly, it's going God, self, family. God, self, family. And so I feel good. I feel fantastic. And because of that, man, and this is the thing. As a Christian, as a person who's been working to optimize this moment, right? I can't show up in a space with people who feel as though the sky is falling, feel that hope is very far and almost unreachable. I can't show up in that space and match that energy. It's disrespectful to my God. It's disrespectful to the person who's been keeping me protected and providing me with necessity. The Lord's Prayer said, give us our daily bread. It blew my mind when I realized that daily bread was just necessity. Daily bread has always been necessity. Give me what I need. I don't necessarily need access. Give me what I need, and I'll be satisfied with it. And I've been given protection, and I've been given necessity. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm fantastic. So I wanted to share this with you, that if you are a Christian, if you believe in God, here's a watershed opportunity for us to be graceful, for us to be also empathetic and compassionate, but to be a symbol of possibility, to be a symbol of hope to other Christians and also people who don't believe, that in this moment right now, when the world is going crazy, people are losing their mind, that if people are going crazy and they see you and everybody's moving a million miles an hour and they see you moving slow, graceful, right? You're almost in slow motion. You know, everything look cool in slow motion, right? If they see you walking in slow motion, they see how graceful you are. Man, they might think, man, maybe something to it. Maybe I'm missing something. Everybody's chaotic and you hugging your family. You hugging your kids, you hugging your partner. You know what I'm saying? You peaceful, you're the watcher. Everybody's going crazy, and you look stoic in the face of the storm. Must be something to it. Operate in a reality realm, but also make sure that you're operating in the faith realm. Take full advantage of the opportunity to invest in yourself and show people, as many people as possible, how big your God is. Show them how big your God is by being a symbol of possibility of what you can be when your faith is strong, when your God is strong, and when you're taking care of yourself in the face of opposition. A lot of thoughts, a lot of craziness going through my head. Had notes. Who knows if it made sense to you, but I hope it did. My name is Marv Fox Jr.